If we told you that a car was found in an old rundown garage deep in a forest in southwest Germany, would you expect it to be a sports car? And not just any sports car. One of the most high-end sports cars on the planet? A vintage 1969 P400 S model Lamborghini Miura? Well, it was. And it's one of the last remaining examples of this car in its original condition. So, what's the story here? Why is such a rare Lamborghini sitting in some old garage? Does it even still work? And how much did it go for when it was auctioned off? We got your answers right here. Don't you dare drive off. So, how in the world did such a fantastic car find its way into an old, dusty, rundown garage in the forests of southwest Germany? Well, turns out that this particular car was first owned by an advertising executive named Walter Becker back in 1971. Becker apparently wasn't all that fond of his yellow supercar because he ended up selling it to an amateur racer named Hans-Peter Weber. Apparently, Weber took great care in keeping this car in tip-top shape for about 40 years, polishing it, keeping it looking fresh, and only taking it out for special occasions. He did this until he passed away, and thus the car sat and sat and sat in this garage. But we gotta say, this garage seems to have been a pretty good time capsule. The '69 Lambo reportedly only has 18,000 miles on the odometer, has a clean interior, and all the electronics still work great. Apparently, when it was unearthed from its above-ground tomb, there were a couple of bricks under the tires to stop it from rolling away. Hey, well, if that works, it works. But we know why you're here. How much is this baby worth? And more importantly, how much did it actually sell for? Check this out. The P400 S model is one of the last examples of this car left in existence in its original condition. Because of its rarity, it was valued at £800,000. But as soon as people learned of the story behind it and the pristine state of the sports car, they flocked to its auction, and it sold for an incredible £1.2 million. Gotta say, part of the charm of this car has to be the fact that it was featured in the 1969 film The Italian Job, starring none other than Michael Caine. The car became iconic pretty quickly and gained cult status along with the movie, which grossed an estimated $113,870. If you don't think that's a lot, well, maybe you'll be more impressed by the 2003 remake starring Ed Norton. It grossed $176.1 million. Not bad. But back to the Lambo. One of the other reasons it was sold for such a high price point is that it was being featured at Sotheby's annual auction in London, where some of the most expensive cars ever are sold. In total, at this auction, £9.4 million were spent on luxury cars. This included £764,000 spent on a 1985 Lancia Delta S4 Rally. Just to let you know how rare this 85 Lancia was, it was one of only 4 Delta S4s to have the World Rally Championship ever. Yeah, this thing was rare. Who curates such an auction? That would be none other than Will Smith. No, not that Will Smith. This is the London auctioneer Will Smith. He's the auction manager at RM Sotheby's London. He's even had a few words to say about the yellow Lambo found in the rundown garage. He was quoted as saying, "The Lamborghini Miura sold well thanks to its exclusivity and rarity, and we are proud to have played host to the sale of the car as it changes hands for the first time in over 40 years. And this dude definitely knows what he's talking about. RM Sotheby's is no joke, and their recent 2021 auction in Arizona was a huge success. Believe it or not, $35 million was spent on rare and exclusive supercars. The auction took place on January 22nd, 2021. And when it was all said and done, 90% of all lots were sold off. We guess people just wanted to splurge, get outdoors, enjoy the open air. And who can blame them? We bet now you're thinking you better check every old abandoned garage you can. And you know what? We don't blame you. This isn't the first time that an old super sports car has been found. And on top of that, this isn't even the first time an old Lamborghini has been found. Reddit user Aragon found a 1981 Lamborghini Countach in his grandmother's garage, only one of 321 examples ever built. It was found in poor condition, but even then, it is estimated to be worth $300,000. Restored? Yeah, that goes up to $500,000. We'd say it's time to start calling up old relatives and see if they have any old garages you can sort through. We'll see you next time, right here on The Richest. Don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out here so much, and it lets us continue to make the content that you crave. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button. And we will see you next time, right here on The Richest.